If you're going to go at a legend, you better not miss. As we know, Angel Reese come out this week. She absolutely crushed her own teammates into the dust. And she even decided to go after a legend. The legendary Courtney Vandersloot, who, of course, blew out her ACL at the beginning of the season. And she is in the midst of making a comeback. And, of course, Angel Reese made some comments that were none too kind to a legend.
In one shocking interview, Reese didn't just criticize her team or her coach, she went directly at Courtney Vandersloot, a 5-time All-Star, 2-time champion.
Won a championship with the Liberty. And I mean this when I say this, Jeff Pagliocca does not give two fucks about the star power of Angel Reese. As well as that, it's not like a Caitlin Clark star power where having Angel Reese on your team instantly improves your city's economy. Having Caitlin Clark on your team improves your city's economy. Having Angel Reese on your team doesn't do any of that. It does not do any of that. However, this Courtney Vandersloot is someone that Angel Reese has. She was the one player Angel Reese name dropped in her thing about basically saying she's not.
And one of the most respected veterans in the entire WNBA. The problem? Vandersloot wasn't some random target. She's the face of resilience, coming back from an ACL tear that nearly ended her season. For a second-year player to publicly question her future wasn't just bold, it was reckless. Fans didn't take long to react. Social media lit up. Commentators dragged Reese for showing such blatant disrespect. And then it spread beyond the WNBA world.
Yeah. At this point, it's over. That whole Sky Barbie thing, that thing is over. Angel Reese is done in Chicago. They're going to move on. They have to. With what Courtney Vandersloot just came back and said, Courtney Vandersloot just smoked Angel Reese. And you know who else is going in on Angel Reese? You got Nightcap with and Ocho, Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson going in on this Angel Reese situation. She didn't think it was going to go this way. This went all the way in left field. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment.
Big names like Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson weighed in, calling out Reese for crossing a line. What started as one comment in an interview turned into a firestorm that Angel Reese never saw coming. But why did this blow up so fast? It wasn't just about one player calling out another. It was about the audacity of a newcomer to question a legend who had already achieved what Reese can only dream of. It was about respect. Courtney Vandersloot is no ordinary player. She's one of the greatest point guards the league has ever seen. A floor general who holds records that may never be broken. She's the all-time leader in assists per game. She's second only to Sue Bird in career regular season assists and first in playoff assists. She has multiple championships, multiple All-Star nods, and a reputation for making every single team she's on better. She turned the Chicago Sky into champions.
The Chicago Sky, they might be saying to themselves, Angel Reese just isn't worth the headache that she is causing. Great rebounder. As for everything else, she's not worth the headache that she's causing. She's going to call out the organization. She's going to call out the front office. She's going to call out the teammates, throw Courtney Vandersloot under the bus. Doesn't really go over well with the organization. Doesn't really go over.
She went to New York and helped deliver another title. Vandersloot is a winner, plain and simple. So when Angel Reese decided to say she was too old, too slow, and unlikely to come back from injury, the backlash was inevitable. What Reese didn't expect was Vandersloot's response. It wasn't loud, it wasn't angry, it was calm, measured, and absolutely devastating. Contrary to what people say or think, my age is actually not a factor. I am coming back, and I'm going to come back better than ever, because that's what I've always done, Vandersloot declared.
Angel Reese will be lucky if she has a third of the career that Courtney Vandersloot has had. And by the way, this has only been out maybe an hour, and I'm seeing responses from Angel Reese fans. They are some of the ugliest, nastiest, ghetto thug responses. I'm going to keep it real. Responses I've ever seen in my life. People have calling her, Courtney, a bitch, a hoe. I mean, I shit you not. That's the level of response. Angel Reese fans have given this NBA.
That one line said everything. While Reese was busy making headlines with controversy, Vandersloot was quietly putting in the work, proving her doubters wrong the same way she always has, through action, not excuses. The contrast could not have been sharper. Reese, a second-year player still struggling with efficiency, pointing fingers at teammates and coaches. Vandersloot, a 16-year veteran, refusing to let an ACL tear define her and showing the same quiet determination that built her legendary career. The more Reese talked, the worse she looked. The numbers didn't help her case either. She's shooting under 40% from the field, turning the ball over nearly 4 times a game, and her advanced stats suggest the team actually plays worse when she's on the court. Instead of focusing on her own flaws,
Contrary to what people think, what people say or think, my age is actually not a factor. I am coming back. This is after Angel Reese said, yeah, Sloot is old. We need somebody young that can do this, that got some experience, but we need somebody young. She too old. I don't know if she can come back from that torn ACL. Sloot wasn't going for it. And I'm going to tell you right now, Courtney Vandersloot has won a title in Chicago, and she will not be playing with Angel Reese next year. I'm going to tell you that.
she's busy attacking the one player who could have helped her grow. That's not just bad judgment, it's career sabotage. Inside the locker room, things only got worse. Reports surfaced of tense meetings, icy body language from teammates, and even suspicions that Reese exaggerated injuries to avoid playing after her suspension. Her so-called back injury came at a convenient time, raising questions about her commitment. Teammates didn't need to say much. The silence spoke volumes. The Sky organization, already in a tough spot with few draft picks and limited free agency appeal, suddenly found themselves dealing with a player more known for drama than production. And while Reese's defenders rushed to social media, their defense only fueled the fire. Some resorted to attacking Vandersloot with disgusting insults, which only made Reese's image look worse. The irony, Reese mocked Vandersloot for her age and questioned her ability. Yet Vandersloot has already achieved more in her career than Reese likely ever will.
Doesn't touch the floor. Doesn't play in the first half. Doesn't play in the second half. Oh, this is interesting. Did Tyler Marsh just say, you know what, Angel, I like the group that we have in right now. We don't need you. We're playing well. I don't know. Does Angel Reese throw a hissy fit in the locker room? Says, no, I'm not playing. Kinda did that. Maybe not that exact, but she went about not playing. Yep, instead of coming to help her teammates, she would rather stick it to the Chicago Sky organization.
2 championships, 7 assist titles, franchise records in nearly every category. Vandersloot doesn't just play basketball. She elevates everyone around her. That's what respect looks like. That's what greatness looks like. Meanwhile, Reese is at risk of alienating teammates, fans, and the league itself before her career even truly begins. But this isn't just about stats or accolades. It's about what kind of player you choose to be.
Let's recognize 5-time All-Star, 7-time assist champion, 5-time All-WNBA, 2-time WNBA champion, 2011 All-Rookie team. Angel will not have the career that Courtney Vandersloot has had. She won't. You know why? Because I don't think the league's going to tolerate her long enough. She's going to run her mouth until she just ends up jumping from team to team until she does what I think she should do right now. Quit the WNBA and go to Unrivaled and don't.
Vandersloot has built her reputation on selflessness, leadership, and professionalism. Reese has built hers on drama, finger-pointing, and social media noise. One earns respect, the other demands it without proving it. And the WNBA isn't built for players who burn bridges faster than they build legacies. The Sky may already be preparing to move on. Whispers around the league suggest Reese won't be in Chicago next season. Free agents don't want to play with her. Coaches don't trust her. Even fans are growing tired of the excuses. For someone who once claimed she would make the WNBA bigger than the NFL, Reese has spent more time creating chaos than building a legacy. The difference between her and Vandersloot is night and day. One is about team, the other about self. One lets the game speak, the other lets the drama speak. And that's why this controversy has turned into a defining moment. Angel Reese didn't just go after a legend. She exposed herself as someone not ready to carry the weight she claims to want. And while Vandersloot prepares for yet another comeback, the question is whether Reese's career will even last long enough for her to see it. But this story doesn't stop with just one interview and one clapback. The ripple effects have already started to shape Angel Reese's entire future in the WNBA. In professional sports, perception matters almost as much as performance. And right now, Reese's perception is spiraling out of control. Inside the Chicago Sky locker room, trust is broken.
You brought her up and took a direct shot, and she's firing those shots back off at your ass. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is Angel Reese will not be wearing a Chicago Sky uniform next year. They don't have the pieces. They don't even have their own first round pick. They gave it up. So they don't even have the pieces to build through the draft. Free agents aren't going to want to come there. They don't want to go there to play with that team. So they are built to tank without pick.
Multiple reports suggest teammates are tired of her antics. The idea that a player in only her second year could fracture an entire organization is almost unthinkable. Yet here we are. The Sky went from a championship contender under Vandersloot to a team struggling to find identity, direction, and leadership. And instead of uniting the roster, Reese has created division. Fans are also feeling the fatigue. At first, Angel Reese brought energy and attention to the WNBA. Her rivalry with Caitlin Clark drew headlines. Her confidence drew eyeballs, and her unapologetic attitude made her stand out. But now that same confidence has shifted into arrogance. That unapologetic voice has turned into constant complaining. And fans who once rooted for her to succeed are starting to question whether she'll ever live up to the hype. Because here's the hard truth. Potential isn't enough. Plenty of players enter the league with swagger, highlight reels, and massive fan followings. The ones who last are the ones who adapt, evolve, and learn to carry themselves with professionalism. Vandersloot is living proof. 16 years in, she's still respected, still feared, and still trusted to run an offense when healthy. She doesn't need Instagram posts or Twitter arguments to stay relevant. Her game does the talking.
After playing her previous game against the Connecticut Sun, I believe, after having rest, being suspended for the Indiana Fever game, suddenly, in those 5 days off, Angel Reese's back starts acting up. Oh, my back hurts. My neck. My back. Oh, my back hurts. Angel Reese says, oh, it hurts. Interesting, Angel. Very interesting.
Reese, meanwhile, is running out of goodwill fast. Media narratives are shifting. Analysts aren't asking, how good can she be anymore? They're asking, will she even last? That's the danger of moments like this. One wrong move can follow you for an entire career. And Reese's decision to target Vandersloot might end up being the moment that defines her for all the wrong reasons. The timing couldn't be worse either. Vandersloot is in the middle of a comeback, grinding through rehab, refusing to let injury dictate her future. Every update from her camp shows dedication and professionalism. Fans rally behind that kind of story. They respect the veteran who refuses to quit. So when Reese undermines it, she looks not just disrespectful, but insecure. Because the truth is, questioning Vandersloot doesn't make Reese look strong. It makes her look threatened. And maybe she should be. Because if Vandersloot comes back and proves everyone wrong yet again, the contrast between the two players will be glaring. One building a legacy on resilience, the other building a reputation on excuses. This isn't just about Reese and Vandersloot either. Around the league, veterans are watching closely. Respect is currency in professional sports, and Reese just bankrupted herself with one comment. Other stars won't forget. Front offices won't forget. Coaches won't forget. That matters when it comes time to trade, sign, or build a roster. Nobody wants to bring in someone who destabilizes a team. The Sky may already be weighing their options. Trade talks, buyouts, or simply moving on. For a franchise that gave up picks and has little leverage, cutting ties with Reese may feel drastic, but the damage might already be done. Imagine being a free agent asked to join Chicago. Would you want to play with a teammate who trashes legends in public? Who questions coaches? Who points fingers instead of taking accountability? The answer is clear.